I wish I could say I didn't know, that it was some big misunderstanding, that I was tricked or manipulated or lied to. But the truth is much simpler than that. I knew, and I ignored it. Because I wanted the fantasy more than I wanted the truth. My husband, Daniel, and I had been married for 9 years when everything fell apart. We weren't one of those couples that constantly fought or hated being around each other. In fact, from the outside, we probably looked pretty stable. Daniel was reliable, predictable. He worked in finance, woke up early every morning, and lived his life according to routines and plans. But after nearly a decade together, I started to feel like my life had become one long, predictable loop. Same house, same conversations, same weekends. Nothing felt exciting anymore. And then I met Ryan. Ryan worked for a consulting firm that had started collaborating with my company. He was confident in a way that Daniel never was, the type of guy who made people laugh easily and seemed completely comfortable anywhere he went. The first time we talked was at a company happy hour. I remember exactly what he said to me. "You look like the only interesting person in this room." It was such a stupid line. But it worked. Because in that moment, after years of feeling invisible, someone was suddenly looking directly at me. Really looking. At first it was harmless. Or at least that's what I told myself. We started messaging occasionally about work projects, then about random things, then about everything else. The conversations got longer, more personal, more flirtatious, and eventually Ryan told me something that should have been a massive red flag. He said he was married. He said it casually, like it wasn't a big deal. They're basically roommates at this point. He told me one night while we were texting, "They're only together because of the house and the kids." I had heard that line before. Everyone has. But when you want something badly enough, you start believing the things that make it easier to justify. So I convinced myself it was complicated, that his marriage was already over emotionally, that I wasn't really doing anything wrong. And that lie became the foundation for everything that followed. The first time we met outside of work, it was for coffee. Then dinner, then drinks. Within a month, the line between flirting and cheating had completely disappeared. Ryan was exciting in a way my life hadn't been in years. He sent long messages late at night. He told me how beautiful I was, how different I was from his wife. He made promises, big promises. "I'm going to leave eventually," he told me. "We're already drifting apart." I believed him. Or maybe I just wanted to. My marriage started deteriorating quickly after that. Daniel noticed the distance almost immediately. He asked if everything was okay, if I was stressed at work, if something was bothering me. And instead of telling him the truth, I became defensive. Cold. I started staying late at the office more often, going out with coworkers, guarding my phone like it contained state secrets. Looking back, I wasn't even trying very hard to hide it, because part of me had already emotionally left the marriage. After 6 months of the affair, Daniel confronted me. I still remember the night clearly. He stood in the kitchen holding my phone. "I saw the messages," he said quietly. My entire world stopped for a second. But instead of apologizing, instead of trying to fix things, I doubled down. I told him the truth. But not in the way he deserved. "I'm in love with someone else." Those words shattered him. I could see it in his face. But by that point, I had already convinced myself that leaving was the right choice. Ryan had promised me a future, a better life, something exciting. So I filed for divorce. Daniel didn't fight it. He didn't yell. He didn't beg me to stay. He just signed the papers. The divorce was finalized 4 months later. And that's when everything started to unravel. Because once I was free, Ryan suddenly wasn't. At first, he had excuses. "Things are complicated right now. My wife is going through a lot. The kids need stability." Every week, there was a new reason why he couldn't leave yet. Months passed. Then almost a year. Ryan kept telling me the same things. "Soon. Just a little longer." But his life never actually changed. He still went home to his wife every night, still took family vacations, still posted pictures online of their perfect life. Eventually, I started asking harder questions, and that's when the truth finally came out. Ryan had never planned to leave his wife. Not for a second. I wasn't a future. I was an escape. Someone exciting he could talk to when his real life felt boring. Just like he had been for me. The difference was that he had never risked anything real. I had. I lost my marriage, my home, my stability. And the person I left everything for simply returned to the life he already had. We stopped talking after that. There wasn't even a big dramatic ending, just silence. About a year later, I ran into Daniel by accident at a grocery store. He looked different, happier, more relaxed. We talked for a few minutes. He told me he had started dating someone new, a woman he met through friends. Someone who, according to him, actually wanted to be there. I congratulated him. Then I went home to my quiet apartment, and for the first time since everything happened, I allowed myself to admit the truth. I hadn't left my marriage for love. I had left it for a fantasy. And by the time the fantasy disappeared, the life I had destroyed was already gone.